What are y'all's thoughts on David Jones' draft stock? Or even his future as a potential pro basketball player?
I think he's got a spot. I think if he came out this year, early second round is sort of where
that's where I was.
I thought a mid-second round.
Yeah,
which would usually in most cases be like a two-way contract for what, 700,000, something like
450.
that. 450. That's what it would be for a two-way, unless you're a higher two-way, whatever. But that's sort of what I think about him right now. My big question about him, though, is like, okay, he's a little older. He's played 3 years in college.
Right.
And he's got to learn to fit in differently when he gets to that level.
It's
because he's not going to be a volume shooter at that level.
Yep.
The 3-point may translate, but then also if he comes back to Memphis, don't you have questions about him being able to replicate his 3-point ability?
Yeah,
it's like 40% this year.
Yeah,
and he's never really done that in his career.
Yeah, you took that exactly where I was going. Is it's the same conversation we had with Kendrick Davis around draft time last year. Is a guy that's so ball dominant and so reliant on not only having the ball in his hands, but taking shots and being a volume scorer. How does that translate when you get to the next level and you're not that?
Right, but the biggest thing between him and Kendrick Davis is, and Kendrick Davis was an unbelievably productive player.
Yep, say it.
David Jones is 6'6", 225 pounds. No. I know what you mean about the skill set.
Right.
But he's 6'6", 200. He will get drafted if he came out this year.
Completely different. Completely different.
It does make me question because I guess there's some thoughts both ways on this. Like, will he leave? Will he stay?
Right.
This is where I've stood for most of the time, and of course, this is David's decision to make. I'm not like leading I don't make this decision. But if I were him, I'd be thinking like, okay, if I want to play in the NBA, maybe I'd make more at Memphis. Maybe I would. But if I want to play in the NBA, is this sort of the peak of what I would be?
I got to get to it now.
What I would be considered at the NBA level. Is this the highest I can get? I almost think that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
I guess if he came back and didn't turn the ball over as much as he did this year and shot 40% from three again, maybe he could raise it.
But not, it's...
I mean, we're splitting
hairs.
Yeah, he's averaging 21 points a game, rebounding at a high level, shooting 40% from three.
Yeah. The biggest factor for him, I think, is his age. He's not getting any younger.
Right. And that's the NBA is way too big on that.
And he's not going to have a more productive year. More than
likely. I guess he could. But then, like, you're risking not having not having as good a year.
Not having, so. It's like the stars have aligned for him. Like Penny has given him the ultimate green light this year, and he's capitalized on that. So,
but let's be honest. Like, if I'm betting next year, is he going to exceed or come under the numbers he's having this year? Everybody'd say under.
Yeah,
it's like you're averaging 22 points a game, 8 rebounds, shooting 40% from three.
Right.
Like, of course, I'm not going to bet over. Like, that's damn good production, brother. Like, I can't project you're going to do better than that if you came back.
No, I would suspect that most scouts are probably looking at him and saying, okay, how can we, if he were to come, would he best develop in our system in a two-way contract in the G League, getting some spot minutes in the NBA, or would he be best served going back to college and playing in a let's be real about it, a completely different game than what the NBA plays, right? And you look at him, his game is not polished. His game is not finished. He needs to learn how to dribble better. He needs to be able to not turn the ball over. He needs to learn the simple
lock in on defense consistently.
The simple basic things of not over dribbling into the paint too far. Like, those are the causes for most of his issues. Again, I would say you look at a guy like Lester Quinones and you say most pundits would have said that he needed to be back in college for another year to get some more time. But you look at his game since he's had a chance to develop in the G League, man.
Oh gosh, this is a tough conversation because you don't know how guys react to getting to a different level and playing in the G League and when they get the money and how they go about it. But Lester Quinones, once he got into the G League and played for the Warriors, like, he's the anti-David. Like, at Memphis, he was the anti-David Jones. Didn't take it too many shots. Played a bunch of defense.
It opened it up for him.
Was a ball swinger.
Yeah.
Didn't turn the ball over that much. Like, he was just it's hard to project David. I have to be honest. Like, the talent is there, but he's a little older. I think he'd be a draft pick, but it's like, what kind of role do people see him slotting into?
Yeah.
Because no one's going to be like, yeah, go score 20 points a game.
Right.
Go put up 15 shots a game. Yeah,
Right.
we'd love that. No, like that's not his role. So what is it at that next level?
Yeah.
How crazy would it be if he came into the league and kind of turned himself into a Vince Williams type of guy?
I highly doubt that.
No, I mean, yes.
But what if he's a guy on a two-way who somehow wills his way in there, finds his role, and works through it? I mean, I'm not going to rule that out.
It's definitely possible.
Definitely not ruling that out of the realm of possibilities.
Not at all.